Hey babies, how are you doing? Hello little one. Hey, hey, looky here. I've always wanted some of these. It's nice to actually finally have some. Here you go. I know you may think I'm crazy. We already have 250 plus animals here on the homestead. I'm having to do all the chores myself, pregnant, well, with the help of a 5-year-old until my husband gets back. And it's just a lot of work. And to add more birds right now, I really don't need any extra work. But you know what? I really want some guineas. And a lot of those birds out there that we have are gonna be harvested for food for us. So the count's gonna go way down. But for right now, I'm just gonna take care of everybody. Besides, they're so cute. I just picked up these guineas from the post office the other day. We ordered them from Murray McMurray Hatchery, and we always like ordering from there. And I know some of you guys that have guineas, that don't like guineas, say, but they're loud and they're stupid. But I still want them. They're great for tick control and other little bugs. They kill snakes. And did I mention that they're cute? I know some people don't think they're cute, but I think they're cute. Sorry babies, I'm gonna give you some more. There you go. Well, I've learned a lot about what I need to do every day doing all these chores here on the homestead by myself while being pregnant. And one thing is that I need to start early in the morning. I don't get sick in the mornings. I feel really good in the mornings, and so I need to get everything done early and before it starts getting really hot, because it's crazy humid and hot here. But I know some of you are wondering, well, why don't you ask for help? Well, I could do that, and people have offered to help, but I do feel good. And another reason is that it's hard to get people here at 6:30 in the morning when you want to start. And also, it would take double the time for me to explain how to do things and what needs to be done than if I just did it myself. So I can start early, get it done, and then have the rest of the day to myself and relax and rest. And that just works better for me. And we just need one buddy. Thank you. You want to pull it for me?
Yep.
You got it? Hello. You're coming with me. And you. You be the gatekeeper. Oh, no, open it wider. Open it wider. Come here. I know. These Muscovies have been in rehab up there. They were getting beat up on, so we had to separate them out just to make sure they were doing good. But ever since we opened this big area up to the major flock of Muscovies, I've seen a lot of that aggression go away. and I've added calcium to their feed, and that really seems to help with the plucking out of the feathers. So I wanted to bring them back to the whole flock. And it's really interesting to see the different personalities of the different types of ducks. So up here we have the Pekins and Buffs, and they're all kind of a little neurotic and scared of everything. And then down here we have the Muscovies. They're really quiet. They're not super scared of everything. They're just kind of hanging out. But so you have the ones that aren't scared and the ones that are scared of everything. Finally, all the chores are finished. I've fed all the laying hens and taken care of the turkeys and the broilers and the ducks and the ducks and the ducks and milked the goats. I came in here, fed myself and the baby and Micah too. Short term, I can do this, sure. I can make sure all the animals stay alive. But long term, homesteading is a team effort. There's so much more that needs to be done that I can't even get to. Thankfully, the first week that Mike and them have been gone, it has been really dry. So really nothing's growing, so I don't have to worry about mowing the grass. But this past few days, we've had a lot of rain, which has even filled up our pond because it was about 1.5 feet low. And with that comes the grass growing, and it was super high. And I just can't do it all myself. I'm so glad they'll be home soon. Some of you think that my parents live in the house across the driveway from us, and that's not true. That's our neighbors. They've lived there since I was a little girl. I don't even remember any other neighbors, but my parents actually live about 20 minutes away, and it was really nice to have my mom come and help me a little bit whenever we get the food donations to the farm that we can feed to the animals. She came and helped and sort all those things out with me a couple days while Mike was gone, and that was a really big help. And another big help was when my dad came and took Micah fishing, and let me tell you, that was Micah's first time fishing and he loved it. And one reason he loved it is he caught this huge bass. Super impressive, and he thought he was, you know, a champion fisher, is that's what he told me he was after that. And for all of you out there that think that I'm not doing all this by myself because someone's holding the camera for me, well, some of the stuff I have had to reenact because it would take me way longer to do it by myself, and I need to get this stuff done. So I have had a little camera help, but all the chores I have done with a little bit of help from Micah. So just to let you know, it's all real. Oh, I did have Sarah, our farm helper, come and help me, and she came and washed eggs one day, but she's way pregnant right now and she's due to have her baby anytime, so I wasn't gonna ask her to come help do chores. But before Mike left, we had to process chickens, and at that time both Sarah and I just found out I was pregnant, and she was coming to help process chickens, and I think Mike was a little concerned if two pregnant ladies were gonna be able to finish out the day butchering chickens. But we did it, and we actually came through a lot better than I thought I would. Particularly, I thought the smell was gonna get me, but I stayed out there all day and we got it done. And the truth is, I'm really looking forward to Mike and the kids getting back so I don't have to do all the chores myself. Things are kind of falling by the wayside. That doesn't happen when everybody's here. But you know what? I'm okay to sacrifice and let them go to camp and serve others and have a good time and do what I need to do here and be part of the team here so the rest of the team can go serve other people. So, but I am really looking forward to them coming home.
I'm sure at this point, my wife is ready for me to be back home on the homestead. But we still have a few more days to go out here in Texas before we head back to North Carolina. And I know, things are super busy for it. I'm sure she's doing a great job. But things are pretty busy here too at this youth camp. I really like how this youth camp is focused on the youth, but it really is a family camp. And it has youth from all ages. It has the little ones, called the mini campers here, as well as the preteens, which Josiah is having an opportunity to be a part of. But there's also the teenagers, which are the primary focus here, and Selah has the opportunity for the very first time to be here with the teen campers. And it's really neat to see her. As homesteaders who homeschool, we can live an isolated lifestyle. So I'm really excited about giving them opportunities to get out and do other things and to experience being around other people. And it's been so busy here. As soon as we got checked in, we got Selah checked in, and then I was with her as she was heading down to her dorm to be with her fellow girl campers and seeing her pick out her bed. And it was really neat just to kind of see her. It's like she's kind of blossoming and maturing right before my eyes. A little bit sad too.
Those two bunks at the top are not taken if you guys want to get across from each other.
So Selah has her dorm with her fellow campers, and the preteens and the mini campers stay with their parents. So Josiah stuck staying with me and our little bachelor pad, since it's just the two of us. And you know what? I forgot my pillowcase, so I ended up having to use one of my t-shirts as a pillowcase. But the space is working out just fine for us. And it's been so busy from the start of the camp and each day. Each day starts off with everyone heading down to breakfast together, and then we head down to the pavilion where special talks are given to encourage the youth and to help them to grow. And my friend Randy, who was featured in one of our videos, who has the really maxed out greenhouse, he was one of the speakers down here, and it's so neat to see him up walking around because just months ago he was in a horrific accident where his pelvis was crushed and all that, and it's a blessing and miracle that he's out being alive and being able to get up and help pass on and share things with these campers. And I've also had the opportunity to speak to them as well, and it's been so neat to be able to share things with youth. That's another aspect of some goals of mine, is to really encourage our youth. They really, really need it, and I want to play a part in doing it. And this is just one of the ways that I'm doing it. And the major theme that I spoke on during my presentation at camp this week was that each member of the family needs to be family-minded, upholding harmony, unity, and working together to uphold the family structure and helping to create a legacy within your family that will last generations. And that our children, our youth, are a very, very vital part of creating and continuing on that legacy. But as we're here, it's also neat to see Selah and Josiah interacting with the fellow youth and getting involved in all the activities, because each day is jam-packed full of activities and classes. It was really neat to see Josiah in the archery class learning how to shoot a bow and arrow, and also seeing him get out there and learning how to play softball for the first time. Now that boy, he really loves basketball. He's constantly shooting basketball back home on the homestead, and that was one of the activities that he looked forward to doing here as well. But he's getting the opportunity to do so many other activities that we typically don't get to do. And also he seemed to really enjoy doing leatherwork class. That's another one that he really liked. And it's also been neat to see Selah get involved in various activities. She was playing basketball, as well as she was involved in speech class where they did like this radio talk show type format. It was really neat to see her involved in that. Oh, and she had the opportunity to water ski for the very first time. Sorry, get her vest on, get in the water, and them instructing her on how to get on the skis and try to water ski. Well, the water skiing part didn't go well, but she got on what's called, I believe it's called a Zut board, and she did a really good job with that. And I also headed to spy on her as her and her dorm were getting ready for a scrimmage football game. And you would think, oh, girls playing football, let me tell you, it was kind of intense. And even as they were warming up, you could feel the intensity. I was like, whoa, this is gonna be a good game. And it was, it really, really was. But it's also really neat to see the camaraderie, the positive peer pressure and influence that is here, because each day they start off together with a message, and then they're to take it on for the rest of the day and actually apply it in the day-to-day activities. And seeing them do that is really neat. And seeing Selah get hands-on with the rest of her fellow campers and washing dishes and cleaning up and things. It's just really neat to see that, yes, they don't have to be forced to do it, that they're actually taking initiative and doing those types of things. Let me tell you, it is pretty hot. I'm not sure if Lacey and them are having any rain back home yet, but we have had 0 rain here, and it's been 100+ degrees most of the time. So it's definitely a different feel. It's not as muggy, but it's hot, very hot. Did I say hot? Because it's hot. Whew. I'm having a blast. It's really neat to be able to volunteer with others and serve our youth, the next generation, and encourage them in the right direction. But I must say, I really am missing my wife and looking forward to being back on the homestead. So hopefully she won't have any problems while she is there taking care of things on her own. And hopefully she can continue to hold things down while we're away.